Hello everyone, welcome to Guru TV. I'm your host Jason Sutton from the Dana Rader Golf School. And today we're going to take you into the classroom and talk about course management. So you can call me Professor Guru today. Even my tour players tend to struggle with course management. I see too many people out there shooting at flags they shouldn't be shooting at, making poor decisions, and then blaming it on a bad golf swing. You can't make perfect golf swings, but you can miss it in the right places so you can maximize your score and really get the most out of your game, even when you're not hitting it perfect. So I'm going to give you some basics on what constitutes a flag that we need to go at, and then what constitutes a flag that we may want to stay away from. So the first thing that I look at is pin position. Very logical, right? But I use a color coding system that you've probably already heard of, and it's just like the stoplight theory. We've got red flags, we've got yellow flags, and we've got green flags. The red flag is one, as you can see my green diagram here, that might be tucked behind a bunker, where you could easily short side yourself and leave yourself in a position where you can't get the ball up and in. You might be tucked over a water hazard or in a really tight spot. And this is a situation where, unless you're in a match play deal where you have to absolutely make birdie, you're going to stay away from that flag. Number two would be your yellow flag. All right, I've got it here closer to the edge of the green, and this is probably the biggest sucker pin that you could ever get, because typically yellow flags are exposed, but they are cut either close to the front edge or close to the back edge, where they lure you in to making a poor decision where you short side yourself and can't get the ball up and down, whether it's deep rough or a bad lie around the green. And then the last one is the green light. And that's the one that's in the middle of the green. We're always going to be shooting for this flag. That's go time. The second thing, or the second variable, is what club are you hitting into the green? This is going to really play a big part in your decision whether you're going to go for it and how aggressive you're going to be at firing at the flag. I always encourage my players to rate their clubs, 1, 2, and 3. 1 being their favorite club, and typically this goes kind of from short irons to middle irons to long irons, but not always. 2 would be kind of a mid-range club where they feel pretty comfortable with it, but it's not their favorite. And then 3 being, this is the worst club in my bag. Right? So you've got to be obviously accurate with your strengths and weaknesses profile that you do, keeping up on, what do I hit well, and then what do I struggle with a little bit. So your strategy is going to change a lot if you have a 4-iron in your hand relative to maybe a 9-iron. Right? The 9-iron, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive. So that's the second thing. So we're looking for a situation where we're putting ourselves in a place where we've got a 1 club and a green pin. Right? That's the zone. That's the go time. The third is your ball flight and then how you're swinging. Right? What's your momentum like that day? Do you have your A swing, your B swing, or your C swing? Right? Are you hitting it great? Are you feeling good about your swing? Or maybe you're struggling a little bit and you tend to hit the ball offline. Also, you have to know your tendencies. Right? And you tend to pick these things up on the range beforehand. Am I fading it that day? Right? Or am I drawing it? Am I hooking it? Right? Which side is my miss going to be on? So these are all going to fall into your strategy of whether you're going to hit the ball at the flag or not. So let's say that you have a green light flag and you've got your 2 club, which might be a 5 or a 6 iron, and you're hitting the ball with a left to right spin or a left to right fade. All right, that's going to be a good situation for you because you're going to be able to start the ball left of the flag and then let it fall into the flag. Now, the last thing I'll tell you is one of the things that I give strategy-wise to my tour players and even my better players is not crossing their line. All right, this is something I learned from a quote that I heard from Jack Nicklaus a long time ago in the Masters. Is he talked about his strategy for the 4th round of the Masters, and one of the ones that he won is not crossing over his line. And what that means is, and Jack was obviously a big push fader, so most of his shots were starting left of the flag. So if we're fading into this green light flag, we want to make sure that we do not overcurve the golf ball and miss it to the right. Okay, so we don't want to cross our line or cross over the target line and miss it to the right. So if you're a fader, you want all your misses to miss left. And a good example here is if you had a back right pin and you were going to try to get that ball close, even though that's a red light flag and the guru is saying don't go at it, you're not listening to me. We're going to make sure that we don't cross over our line and short side ourselves where we can't get the ball up and down. Same thing if you're a drawer. Okay, if you're a drawer, say we're going into this yellow flag here, is we don't want to let that ball cross over the target line and miss to the left where we short side ourselves in the bunker. So when you hear somebody say crossing your line, they're not talking about the top of your backswing, they're talking about the target line. So that's something that you can really work on the range when you're doing your 9-shot drill, is making sure your fades don't finish right of the target and your hooks and draws don't finish left of the target. Alright, so that's enough for today. You've got some homework to do. Go back and memorize this stuff, and I'll see you in class next time. Thanks for checking out the blog. Check out our website at danarader.com, golfgurutv.com. Leave a few comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time on Guru TV.